BBAI is in a massive spot, guys. We did say within the last video with this break over $5 with this huge wide body bar, which is abnormal to this choppy trend, that we have seen the breakout. We should be pushing 670, ultimately $10. We are about a couple dollars away from $10, guys. We could get a very euphoric squeeze up soon. But with that being said, guys, we made 0% unbiased throughout today's video. We're going to jump across a couple different time frames, getting an actual price prediction, levels to watch, and much more. Let's get straight into the video, guys. First and foremost, guys, congrats to anyone who's been holding BBAI. We've been following BBAI since these lower levels around this 350, 330 range, being that there is a lot of upside, guys. We have a very simple technical analysis on the weekly perspective. Stock price rises. We find the ceiling somewhere over here. We enter this choppy consolidation. Then right when the volume picks up, notice how it gets dry. We see that massive breakout in volume. And this led us, guys, from $5 break to 10.36. What do we see, guys? We've seen stock price once again enter this consolidation, inching closer and closer to this $5 level, and that 450 being super pivotal. We did see the breakout with a nice strong wide body bar breaking over that $5 with strength, guys. When you see this kind of a movement over here, it is not rocket scientist where we're going, guys. We're going to 670. We said this in the last video, and now we're currently trending much above that, guys. So on the weekly candlesticks, within these kind of setups, green to red reversals treat us very, very well, right? Say the stock price candlestick within the next week ends green. We have a very strong week. There's no reason to pull back. Once we push green with this upward moving momentum, with this crazy volume profile, guys, we should be going to test these 945 levels up here. As when we zoom out, guys, in the past, when we broke this $5 level, we pushed the 670 effortlessly with about 20 times less volume. When you look at this volume profile down here, over here, right, we had this breakout at 1036. When we pull up the volume indicator, you see how much more pressure we have now, guys, right? In the past, we had a peak of about 763 million pushing up into this upper price action level. Now we're working with 1.19 billion and 1.32 billion. So with this kind of pressure, guys, we should be able to use this newfound pressure breaking out of this really a couple month range, guys, to go and test up here. But on the weekly analysis, we're looking at the grand scheme of things. Until we see a hard reversion with a hard red candlestick, then we could flip red to green. But as of now, everything looks good for higher price action. Right, we did see the breakout at $5, so we are up drastically since then. I mean, I've been dead set accurate 70% movement since. But there still seems to be more room to be had, right? We're still seeing this very impressive volume with these strong body bars. Little to no pullback until we see a red candle printed, hence over here. Then we can get the flipping trend, right? Then we get a pullback. But until then, until we see some red candles on the weekly analysis, we really should be expecting more green candles and momentum to come reaching higher. Within last video, guys, we mentioned, and this is something very meaningful, guys. We mentioned on the channel across multiple different stocks, and we've seen this confirmation with many different tickers lately, right? BBI is no exception. This is actually one of the best examples I've seen in maybe the last year. It's a really good example, guys. So we did a very, very choppy trend, right? We came down, we gapped down, we're chopping around for 2 months, right? We come and fill that gap, more chop for around a month, get very, very tight into this ascending support and this blue support, really just testing it, chop. Nothing too meaningful going on when I say chop, guys. Just kind of up, down, not really much going on. We mentioned in these regions, expect the breakout or the breakdown soon. And we did see that big body bar, guys. We mentioned this was the breakout candle within last video. Maybe we have a day of pullback, but ultimately we are pushing to 670, about an 85% probability within that. We did pull back for a day, and we gapped up to 670, guys. So congrats to anyone who's caught these videos. It doesn't take a genius to tell you this, guys, right? We've seen the clear breakout candle over here, over that $5 level being here. What do we see? We've seen a massive rise to $10 immediately after. So, you know, we are still halfway between the 670 resistance marker and the next concrete one being at 940.47. 940.47. You know what I'm saying, guys. So, you know, it is an interesting setup for that reason, as there's really no resistance until this level. So we have $2 until zero rejection. But, you know, these stocks can take pauses. It is not abnormal to see that despite this incredible volume pressure. And that's going to be the main gauge, guys. Notice how in the past, once this volume started to snuff out at this candle over here, crazy volume, nice volume, it started to dwindle out, and then but as of now, we're seeing crazy volume, a little bit of a drop off in today, which is slightly concerning. But if we see some big pressure, guys, some big volume pressure in any sort of uptrending stock, we should be easily testing these resistance points over here. So we will follow this live, guys. It's a little bit out of the play as we are seeing this consolidation day indecision, where at one point followed this strong bullish engulfing candlestick, which is a very nice sign, guys. We led up strong, breaking over this candle high, appearing to continue this euphoric squeeze until the sellers pushed it down. So as far as the next day or two, we are looking quite neutral. We might be expecting some consolidation, but honestly, guys, on the daily, we don't have as good of a read as we did down at $5. There's almost a 100% probability we're going to 670. We've reached that pause for 1, 2, 3 days. It does appear we're reaching 940.47. Right, we're going to get to these levels, but we need to look at the hourly, guys. This is going to give us a lot more what we need to know. So looking on the hourly, we do see a newfound trend, guys, being this very clear ascending trend line. Keep an eye on this, guys. And we do have the top of the channel being somewhere over here. Notice how it's perfectly stayed within these constraints, guys. Very picture perfect channel. Let's keep it to this, guys. There's no need to overcomplicate it. Right, if we really want to look in on a very micro analysis perspective, we do have a sharp moving up, giving that flagpole-like structure. Then we kind of went sideways into this flag, and it does appear we're trying to break out into this. So keep an eye on this, guys. A strong break over that 790 should be able to squeeze up to these upper levels. But as of now, guys, chart this up on your hourly candlesticks. Really as simple as this. Very good chance we follow this channel all the way until these $9.50 and $10 levels. I think that's the most probable situation, guys, until we see stock price regress back down, touch here, and then reject. Right, then we could probably see this weekly setup turn green to red. But something very notable, guys, and we mentioned this around the $5 levels. I don't hate if you guys are targeting $10 down here when we broke $5, because we're seeing 4 or 5 times the amount of volume in this previous pressure, guys. We can use a variety of different analogies, guys, but if you have 1,000 men fighting, I know this is a new trend, 1,000 guys fighting a gorilla, you think that gorilla is gonna get battered by 1,000 or 100 people, right? Same thing with stocks, guys. We're seeing an incredible amount of pressure. We're seeing a lot of people firing up that gun, getting ready to shoot that gorilla, right? Winding up for that punch. So we're seeing a ton of friction, guys. Look at this volume. So this volume profile in itself could easily push us past $10. So we don't want to stay too, hesitant, because we clearly are seeing a very obvious breakout within this uptrend. And if we zoom way, way, way out, guys, I mean, the sky is the limit. We could reach these $13, $14 levels and potentially squeeze over all-time high eventually. But as of now, we are up drastically. The buy-in point, in my opinion, was at this $5 level. If you are looking to establish a new position, wait till it bounce within this ascending channel. Somewhere around that 740 marker point, if bounce at this level, could be a nice area value, guys. But as of now, I think we have seen the official breakout play out live in effect, and congrats to anyone who's caught that. That being said, we'll continue to cover BBAI as this plays out live. A little bit of an interesting image to cover as of now, being that we do have an indecision pause within candlestick after a massive breakout. But the overall macro perspective, guys, does not show any stopping this anytime soon. That being said, guys, my name is Dylan. If you found any value, once again, consider subscribing. Hope you guys have a good day, man. Take care, trade smart, keep an eye on these levels, and peace.